Hey angels, I hope you are well. I'm not going to lie, I'm a little bit sniffly today, so if I'm like sniffing and sneezing throughout the practice, you will have to excuse me. This is going to be an intermediate / advanced challenging class with a focus on twisting and binding. So if you find that some of these binds aren't accessible to you, don't feel discouraged, because something like the length of the arms that we were born with and that we can't change can affect our ability to get into binds. So I'm just here as your tour guide as we navigate our way around our mats and around our bodies, but if you need to put on the brakes or take a different route, do something totally different from what I'm saying, that is absolutely fine. So as always, listen to your body. If your breath becomes constricted, that's a sign that you've gone too far. We always want to be able to breathe deeply in our yoga poses. So without further ado, let's connect to our breath. Coming down to a comfortable cross-legged seated position or any other position that feels comfortable for you. You can just let the hands fall wherever they rest naturally, and I'll invite you to softly close your eyes if that feels comfortable. Draw the shoulders away from the ears as you lift the chest, stacking the head over the heart, over the hips. Feeling all the parts of your body that are connected to the surface beneath you. Feeling the crown of the head reaching up towards the sky. Start to take deep breaths in and out through the nose, making the inhale and the exhale of a similar length, and making each breath a little bit longer, a little bit deeper, a little bit smoother than the one that came before it. As you inhale, feel the belly filling up with air from top to bottom, from left to right, from front to back. And as you exhale, gently contracting the core, pulling the abs up and in to squeeze out every last drop of air. Imagining maybe your belly is like a balloon and you're trying to inflate it more and more with each inhale. Five more deep breaths here, following the pace of your own breath, moving in and out of the body. As you're ready, you can either keep the eyes closed or softly open them. If you're not in a cross-legged position, come and join us this way now. And if your legs were already crossed, then let's switch the cross. Maybe feels a little bit weird, the side you're not used to. Inhale, sweep both arms up overhead, stretching those fingertips up towards the sky. Exhale, twist over to the right. Left hand comes onto right knee, right hand comes out behind you. Inhale, get a little bit longer, reaching the crown of the head up to the sky. Exhale, take it a little bit deeper into the twist. Inhale, reach both arms up. Exhale, twist over to the other side. Right hand grasping onto the left knee. Left hand, fingertips may be tented, or that hand can be flat on the floor. Inhale, find a little bit more length. Exhale, find a little bit more depth. Inhale, sweep those arms up. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, sweep them up overhead. Exhale, over to the left. Now inhale, reach them up to the sky. Breathe out, take it over to the right. Left hand onto right knee. Right hand can either be out behind like before, or you can experiment with reaching that right hand around for the left inner thigh, or maybe hooking it around the outside of the left hip. Once again, as we breathe in, we reach the crown of the head further up towards the sky, and as we breathe in, maybe we use that right hand to pull us a little bit deeper into the twist, just taking it as far as feels supported in your body. Now you can either stay here, feeling that opening through the chest, or just an option is to rock yourself up onto your knees here. The left hand might slide up towards the right hip. Ankles are still crossed up on our knees, finding a funky crisscross kneeling twisty situation. Don't think there's a name for this pose, I think I've just made it up. As always, breathe in, fill those lungs with air, and breathe out, release that air. Sit back down on the heels, dropping back down onto the mat. Inhale, unravel, exhale, over to the other side. Right hand onto the left knee, left hand either out behind or experimenting with wrapping those hands around the outside of the right hip or hooking them around the inside of the right thigh. Fill the lungs with air, lengthen up towards the sky, and release that air, going a little bit deeper. Just an option, once again, to either stay here or to rock yourself forwards onto your knees, sliding that right hand up that left thigh in our funky crisscross kneeling twist is what we're calling it for now. If anyone can think of a better name for this, then maybe let me know in the comments. And release. Plonk yourself back down, unravel from your twist. One last time, inhale up to the sky. Now exhale, bring the hands to interlace behind the lower back. Puff that chest up towards the sky, then fold down over both legs. Let the wrists reach up towards the sky. Opening through the chest and shoulders here, which will be really useful for us in the twists and the binds throughout the rest of our class. Try and draw the heels of the hands towards one another. They don't have to touch, just working them in that direction. Unravel, unwind yourself, release those hands, then roll over onto the knees, landing in our tabletop. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chest. Exhale, round through the spine. Fill the lungs with air as you draw the chest forwards and the shoulders back. Then release that air as you lift and separate the shoulder blades round through the spine. Deep breath in, drop that belly. Deep breath out, draw the hips and the chin towards one another. One more time. Inhaling to lift, draw those shoulder blades together. Exhale to round, drawing them apart. Come back to that neutral flat back. Inhale, sweep that right arm up. Exhale, reach the right hand around towards the left hip or left inner thigh, coming into a bind here. You can let the left ear drop towards the left shoulder to get a nice opening through the right side of the neck. One more full cycle of breath here. Now inhale, unravel, right fingertips reach. Exhale, thread that right arm underneath the left, come down onto right ear and right shoulder, landing in our thread the needle. Inhale, sweep that left arm up to the sky, then just the option to hook the left hand around for the right inner thigh, deepening into the twist. Another option is to press the left hand into the mat if you're not taking the bind. Full cycle of breath here. Inhale, sweep that left arm up. Exhale, bring the palms to press together at heart centre. And just an option is to press yourself into the right shoulder and the right elbow. Start to straighten the left leg towards the back of the mat. Then maybe lift that leg to hover. There's no weight on your head and neck here, so you should be able to hover your head off the mat. All the weight is on your right knee and your right elbow. Full cycle of breath here. And release back into this twisty thread the needle, unravel. Inhale, sweep that right arm up. Exhale, place it back down. Inhale, sweep the left arm up. Exhale, reach the left hand for the right inner thigh. Coming into a bind, maybe dropping the right ear towards the right shoulder. Inhale, send that breath into the left side of the body. Exhale here. Inhale, sweep that left arm up. Exhale, left arm threads underneath the right, landing in our thread the needle. Inhale, reach the right arm up. Maybe exhale, thread the right hand around for the left inner thigh. Really opening through the chest here. Inhale, fill that right side body with air. Exhale, maybe find even more of an opening through the chest. Inhale, sweep that right arm up to the sky. Then exhale, bring those hands to press together. Put all your weight into your left elbow and your left knee as you start to straighten that right leg and lift it to hover off the mat. Can you lift that leg even higher? And then release that leg back down. Maybe you fell, that's no problem. Unwind, inhaling to reach that left arm up. Exhaling to place it back down. Inhale, extend that right arm and that left leg. Exhale, reach around for swan pose, grabbing hold of the left foot or the left ankle with the right hand. Option is just to stay here, or maybe you lift the right toes to hover off the mat, pointing through the right foot, finding the balance. Place those right toes back down if they're hovering. Inhale, extend. Exhale, coming back to tabletop. Inhale, extend the left arm and the right leg forwards. Exhale, reach that left hand for the right foot, coming into swan pose. Option to hover the left toes off the mat, maybe just a centimetre or an inch or two. Inhale, feel that opening through the chest. One more inhale to extend. Exhale, back to tabletop. Keep the hips planted over the knees, then start to walk the hands forwards, landing in our puppy pose. Maybe wiggling the hips and the chest from side to side as we open into the shoulders. You can come up onto the fingertips here to get an even deeper stretch. Plant those hands on the mat if they're not already. Slide them back underneath the shoulders, tuck under the toes, lift the knees, straighten the legs, landing in our downward facing dog. Take a moment to pedal out through the legs here. Reach both heels down in the direction of the mat. They don't have to be touching the mat. You're going to lift the right hand to hover off the mat, then reach the right hand around for the left ankle, coming into a twisty down dog, using that right arm to pull yourself a little bit deeper into the twist. Now just an option is to hover the right toes off the mat as well, while keeping the bind on the left leg. And then place that right hand back on the mat, keep the right toes lifted. Inhale, reach those toes even higher. Exhale, draw the knee in towards the nose, step that foot through in between the hands. Drop that back knee down. Inhale, reach the right hand up towards the sky. Exhale here. Inhale, send that right hand towards the back of the mat as you lift the left hand off the mat, coming into a revolved low lunge. Imagining like there's a piece of string on each of your index fingers, pulling them away from each other in opposite directions. Notice whether you're dumping down into your hips. Try and keep your legs nice and engaged. One more inhale here, then exhale, take it into the reverse. Right hand comes onto the left calf or ankle. Full cycle of breath here. Inhale, stretch even further back. Then exhale, hook the left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Bring the right hand to meet the left, pressing into a prayer twist here. As you're ready, lift up that back knee. So we're now in a revolved crescent lunge situation, and then step the back knee forward or the back foot forwards. Left foot comes to meet the right. Here we are in our revolved chair pose. Use the leverage of that left elbow on the outside of the right leg to push yourself even deeper into the twist. Now, a little challenge here. We're going to try and hover the left toes off the mat, coming into a balance, drawing the left heel up towards the left glute. Now release the left hand down towards the mat, reach the right hand around for the left foot, kick that left foot up towards the sky. We're in a revolved sugar cane. Release that leg from the hand, reach the right hand up towards the sky. Here we are in a revolved half moon. Now drop the left toes to the back of the mat, spin your way up into a revolved crescent. Inhale, revolved reverse warrior. Exhale, frame that foot, step it back to plank, and then back to downward facing dog. As you're ready, start to hover the left hand off the mat this time, and reach the left hand around for the outside of the right leg. Using that left elbow to draw you deeper into the twist. And then start to hover the left toes off the mat, reaching them up towards the sky. Then place the left hand back on the mat. Inhale, reach the left toes even further up to the sky. Exhale, knee towards the nose. Step that foot through, drop that back knee down. Inhale, sweep the left fingertips up towards the sky. Exhale, here in our twist. Inhale, really stretch those fingers up and away from you. Then exhale, lift the right hand off the mat, landing in our revolved crescent. Find the energy in the legs, drawing the left hip back and the right hip forwards, sending energy out through the fingertips. Let's inhale here, then exhale, take it into the reverse. Pointing through the right fingertips and making sure you're not dumping all of your weight back onto that leg. Finding the energy. Inhale, can you stretch even further back? Then exhale, hook the right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Bring the left hand to meet the right, coming into our twisted lunge. Inhale, find some length. Exhale, take it deeper. Then lift that back knee off the mat. Step the back toes forwards, landing in our twisted chair. Deep breaths in and out through the nose here. Then just an option, hovering the right toes off the mat here, finding our balance, drawing the heel up towards the glute, then bringing the right hand down towards the mat, reaching the left hand for the right foot, and then kicking the right toes up towards the sky. Woo! If you fall, that's okay, I'm falling too. And then release the grip on that leg, extend it out towards the back of the mat, lift the left hand up towards the sky. Here we are in our revolved half moon. Maybe you hover that bottom hand off the mat, and then step that right foot all the way back, landing in our twisted crescent. Inhale, find the reverse. Exhale, windmill those hands to frame the foot, step it back to plank, and then back to downward facing dog. Deep breath in and release it out through the mouth. So we're going to repeat that all again, but we're going to be adding on this time. So as you're ready, hover that right hand off the mat, reach it around for the outside of the left ankle, and sweep the right toes up towards the sky. Maybe you get them a bit higher this time. Then we place that right hand back down, sweep the right toes further up, draw the knee in towards the nose, step that foot through between the hands, drop that back knee down, inhale, sweep the right arm up, exhale, take it into the twist. Inhale, reverse, exhale, hook the left elbow, press those hands, lift the back knee, hop it into your twisted chair. Inhale here, exhale. Inhale, hover the left toes off the mat, take the left hand down, reach the right hand for the left foot, kick up into your revolved sugar cane. Release that foot, extend both arms, drop the left toes back. Inhale all the way back into our revolved reverse warrior. Then exhale, place the left hand on the mat, sweep the right arm up towards the sky. Inhale here, then exhale, take the right hand down to the mat on the inside of the right foot, spin the left heel down onto the mat so the left toes are pointing out at an angle. Inhale, sweep the left arm up to the sky, so we've landed in our side angle here. Right knee is bent, right hand is on the mat, left arm sweeps up to the sky. Let's lift that right hand off the mat as we rise our way up into warrior two. Inhale, take it back into reverse warrior. Exhale, back to side angle. Inhale, reverse warrior, and hold here. Can you reach that left hand around for the right inner thigh, finding the bind here? Can you keep that bind as you extend back into your side angle? So the right hand is on the floor, left hand is reaching around for the right inner thigh. Let's all reach that left hand under the left leg. Right hand comes to meet it, finding the clasp around that leg. Either hooking the hands, reaching the hands towards the opposite elbow, and then can you straighten that front leg? Here we are in a bound triangle. Keeping the bind, can you bend into that left leg and land in Skandasana? So the hands are hooking underneath the groin here. Left toes point up towards the sky. Right knee is bent. Let's release that bind. Plonk yourself down on the mat. Reach the left hand to the right ankle. Sweep the right hand up and over. Grab the outside of the left foot. Inhale, send that breath into the right side body. Exhale, soften into the stretch. Unravel yourself, come back up to a seated position, frame the right foot, then spin your way around into a revolved Skandasana. Onto the knife edge of both feet, back to Skandasana. Then wrap the feet around the outside of the leg this time. Left hand is behind, right hand wraps around the knee, finding the clasp beneath you. Then just an option here. No, it's not an option. Then a little challenge for you here, either sliding that leg or hopping it in. Can you bring the left foot to meet you and land in a malasana with a bind around the right leg? Really, really opening through the chest here. Can you open that left shoulder, the left side of the chest up towards the sky? And release that bind. Straighten both legs. Bring the feet to hip width apart. Toes pointing forwards. Landing in a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. You're facing the long edge of the mat here. Inhale, rise all the way up to the sky. Exhale, bring the hands down by your sides. Turn to face the front edge of the mat here. Cross the left ankle over in front of the right. Inhale, sweep the right leg up towards the sky, landing in our standing splits. Then drop that foot all the way to the back of the mat. Step the left foot to meet the right. Work your way down through a chaturanga. Inhaling to upward facing dog. Exhaling to downward facing dog. Now we get to do it all again on the other side. So, reaching the left hand towards the right ankle, sweeping the left toes up towards the sky. Can you get them even higher? And then placing that left hand on the mat. Inhale, sweep the left toes up. Exhale, step that foot through, drop the back knee down. Inhale, reach the left arm up towards the sky. Exhale, take it all the way back into your reverse warrior. Inhale here, then exhale, hook that elbow, press yourself into your twist. Inhale here, then pick up the back knee. Exhale, step it forwards into your twisted chair pose. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Can you hover that right foot off the mat? Bring the right hand down. Grab hold of the right foot with the left hand. Kick yourself up into your revolved half moon with the bind. Extend that foot towards the back of the mat. Left hand reaches up towards the sky. And then drop that foot to the back of the mat. Inhale, find the reverse. Exhale, right hand plants down on the mat. Sweep that left hand up towards the sky. Then take the left hand to the inside of the left foot, spin the back heel down onto the mat, sweep the right arm up towards the sky, landing in our side angle. Inhale, lift your way up into a warrior two stance, adjusting the position of your legs if you need to. Inhale, find the reverse. Exhale, take it back to side angle. Inhale, reverse, then this time we hook the right hand around for the left inner thigh, and then we take it back to our side angle, keeping that hand hooked, and then we wrap the left arm underneath the thigh, right hand comes to meet it, finding our bind here. Either hooking the hands or grabbing around for the wrists. Straighten that front leg, bound triangle, and then bend into that leg, dropping down into a bound skandasana. Release the hands, drop yourself down onto the mat, grab hold of the left ankle with the right hand, right arm sweeps up and over for the outside of the right foot. Unravel yourself, frame that front foot, spin all the way around into a revolved skandasana, and then back to skandasana, this time taking the bind around the outside of that knee, and then either sliding or hopping that foot into our malasana. Oh, that is a tricky one. And then using that arm to open your shoulder, open your chest up towards the sky. Release the bind, straighten those legs, wiggle around through the hips. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend those knees, fill the lungs with air as you reach up to the sky. Exhale, take the hands back down. Turn to face the front of the mat. Right ankle crosses over left. Left toes sweep up to the sky as you descend into a standing split. Then left toes drop to the back of the mat. Right toes come to meet them. We work through a chaturanga. Inhaling to upward facing dog. Exhaling to downward facing dog. Full cycle of breath here. Now as you're ready, inhale, sweep the right toes up towards the sky, then bend the right foot in towards the right glute, lift the left hand to hover off the mat, reach the left hand for the right foot or the right ankle, and kick that right foot up towards the sky as you pull the chest through. Gazing down towards the right fingertips. Place that left hand back on the mat, sweep the right toes up towards the sky, draw the knee in towards the nose, then spin onto the outside edge of the left foot, kick the right toes out to the left, reach around for the outside of the right foot. Here we are in a bound fallen triangle. Pretty challenging one here. You might be bending the left leg, or you can try and straighten it for extra challenge. Release that foot, spin the right leg up towards the sky, and land in your wild thing. Lifting the chest up towards the sky. Inhale, sweep that leg back up. Exhale, draw the knee in towards the nose, then wrap that right foot around, maybe taking the double bind in our eagle legs. Spin onto the outside edge of the left foot, press the hips towards the back of the mat, right hand reaches forwards, and then spin onto the other side. Come back through centre, plant both hands, then drop down onto the knees. Push yourself back, landing in Gomukhasana. Press your way up, coming upright. Left arm comes up and over, right arm comes behind, finding the bind here. So drawing the right elbow down towards the earth, left elbow reaches up towards the sky. Release the bind, place both hands on the mat, right at the front, rocking onto the knees. Right knee stays rooted, left knee lifts out behind as you lift the chest. Left knee draws into nose, tuck under the right toes, push your way back into a three-legged dog with the left foot lifted, and then back to downward facing dog. Going straight over to the other side, sweep the left toes straight back up to the sky, then reach the right hand around for that left foot, kicking the left foot up towards the sky as you pull the chest through in between the hands. Place that right hand back down, sweep the left toes up towards the sky, draw that knee in towards the nose, then spin the left foot out towards the right, maybe grabbing onto the outer edge of that foot. And then place the right hand back, sweep the left toes up, flip your way over into Wild Thing. Left hand back down, left toe sweep up. Exhale, draw the left knee in towards the nose, then cross the left leg around the right, either the single or the double wrap, landing in an eagle down dog. Spin onto the outer edge of the right foot, push those hips back, and then spin over to the other side. Unravel back to centre, then drop those knees onto the mat, pushing yourself down into Gomukhasana. Press into the hands, rise your way up, then right elbow up to the sky, left elbow down towards the earth. finding the bind with the arms. Unravel those arms, place the hands near the top of the mat, left knee stays rooted, right leg sweeps behind as you lift the chest. Draw that right knee in towards the nose, tuck the left toes under, press it back to a three-legged dog, and then drop that foot back down. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, draw the right knee towards the right elbow, step that foot to the outside of the hand, keeping the back knee lifted off the mat. Can you lift the hands off the mat, thread the right hand under the right knee, left hand out to the left, then can you find a bind around your lower back? Now from your bound lizard, release that bind, bring the hands to the inside of the foot, step the left foot forwards, landing in a malasana, then bring the left arm out behind, right arm around that leg, back in a bound malasana, wrapping the arms around the knee. Now put all of your weight into your left foot. Can you rise up to a standing position, keeping the bind on that right leg? It's quite tricky, might take you a few attempts. Take it slow. Find the concentration. So in a standing position here, drawing the right knee up towards the sky. Try and find the longest spine you can, lifting through the chest, keeping those shoulders away from the ears. Now can you keep that right knee lifted and switch the grip so that you're binding the leg underneath the thigh, so wrapping the arms underneath the right thigh. Now can you straighten that right leg in your bird of paradise? Now can you release the bind and keep the leg where it is? So extend those arms up to the sky, keep that right leg pointed out to the right. Can you extend it out in front and then twist the arms, grab the hold of the outside of the right foot in our standing twist. Release the foot. Can you spin your way into half moon? Can you spin into revolved half moon? Land that foot back, spin into reverse warrior, hook that elbow on the knee, step it forwards into a revolved chair. Inhale, chair, exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, work your way through a chaturanga. Inhaling to upward facing dog, exhaling to downward facing dog. Once again, we have the fun of doing it all on the other side. So inhale, sweep the left toes high. Exhale, draw the left foot to the outside of the left hand. Can you lift both hands off the mat and then bind under that left leg, reaching the hands around behind the lower back? Take a few deep breaths here. And release the hands, plant them on the mat, step the right foot forwards, landing in our malasana. Take the bind around that left knee, opening through the chest. And then putting all the weight onto the right foot, can you rise your way up to standing with the bind around the left leg? Taking it slow, making sure you're not locking out that right knee. Feeling into the wobbles. Now keeping that left leg where it is, can you switch the bind to be underneath that left thigh? And then can you straighten that left leg into bird of paradise? Can you keep the leg where it is and release the bind? Extend those arms up, then point that foot forwards, reach the right hand for the outside of the left foot. Whoop, coming into our twist, and I'm nearly falling. Release that foot, windmill your way into half moon. Take it into revolved half moon. Drop the left toes back, land in your reverse warrior, hook that elbow, step it forwards into your chair, unwind into chair, exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, exhale, step it back to plank, work your way through a chaturanga, inhaling to upward facing dog, exhale, downward facing dog. Drop down onto the knees, bring the big toes to touch, bring the knees wide, press the hips back, and take 3 deep breaths in a child's pose. Extend those arms back out towards the front of the mat. Push yourself up into a tabletop. Inhale, extend that right leg. Exhale, right knee in towards the nose, and then plant that right knee by the right wrists. Right foot come towards the left hip, landing in our pigeon. Option here to keep up with our twisty theme is to take the right hand behind, reach it around for the right toes, and then fold yourself down. You can have the left arm wherever is comfortable. I'll invite you to extend it over towards the right hand side of the mat. Unravel, press yourself back up, keep the right knee where it is, then without using your hands, can you lift that left leg, spin it around to the front of the mat, and then cross the left foot to the outside of the right knee, rooting the left toes into the mat. Left hand comes behind, inhale, sweep the right arm up, exhale, hook that right elbow over to the outside of the left knee. Then the option here is to take the bind underneath that leg. And another option here is to straighten that left leg, lifting the toes off the mat. Place that left foot back down. Extend the right leg out long, bring the left foot towards the right hip, so left knee is stacking on top of the right. Flex the right toes back towards your face. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold down over that leg. Press yourself back up, unravel those legs, cross over the ankles, and roll back into your tabletop position. Inhale, extend that left leg out behind. Exhale, draw the knee in towards the nose, then set that knee down by the left wrist. Drop yourself down into pigeon. Maybe reaching the left hand around and behind for the left foot, folding forwards, and maybe taking that right arm out to the left, dropping down onto the right ear. Unravel yourself, press your way back up, then swing that right leg out in front, plant the right foot to the outside of the left knee, inhale, sweep the left arm up, exhale, hugging that knee, hooking the elbow, or finding the bind. And then maybe taking the option of straightening that right leg. Placing that right foot back down if you had it lifted, extending the left leg, flexing through the foot, bringing the right foot towards the right hip, inhaling to reach up, exhaling to fold. Pressing yourself back up, extending the right leg to meet the left this time, planting the feet on the ground, extending the arms out in front, and slowly rolling yourself down onto your back. Give yourself a big, big hug, squeezing the knees in towards the chest, either reaching for opposite fingertips, opposite hands, opposite wrists, opposite elbows, lots of options. Keeping hold of the right knee, extend that left leg down towards the bottom of the mat. Hug that right knee up and in towards the right armpit. And then take the left hand to the right knee, guide that knee over to the left, coming into a twist. Both shoulders stay rooted down into the mat. Unravel, come back to centre, hug both knees in once again. Then this time keeping hold of the left knee, extending the right leg out long, and then drawing that left knee up and in towards the left armpit. Then bringing the right hand to the left knee, guiding it across the body over to the right. Back through centre, one final big squeeze, and then extend those legs out long, or take them into Supta Baddha Konasana, or into constructive rest pose, whichever option feels the most comfortable for you. Coming down for a well-deserved time of rest in our Shavasana. If you're jumping up to pause the video now, I strongly encourage you to just stick with me, even if it's just for another minute, maybe another 2. Your body deserves this rest, and it needs this rest just as much as it needs the movement. letting our body know that it is safe, letting it shift back into that parasympathetic nervous system. So rest, digest, reproduce, letting our energy settle. Just scan the body for any areas of tension and try and send the breath to each of those areas to soften that tension and melt yourself down into the mat. Let the breath be soft and smooth. We'll spend a few moments in silence here. If you wish to stay in your Shavasana for longer, then feel free to reach over and pop me on pause. If you need to get on with your day, then just start to bring some soft, gentle, slow movements back to the body. Take the movements that your body is calling for today. And then roll over onto whichever side you fancy before slowly pressing yourself back up to a seat. Keeping the eyes closed if that feels comfortable. Let's seal our practice with a final deep releasing breath. Inhale through the nose and sigh it out through the mouth. Open your eyes. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed getting twisty, getting into all kinds of binds with me today. I'm quite impressed that I made it through the class without sneezing, so there's a positive. If you enjoyed this class, I would be the most grateful little bean if you could leave a like so that I know that you enjoyed it. Maybe comment letting me know what you thought, and subscribe so that we can practice together again in the future. Sending you so much love and wishes for a wonderful day.